button. Start sharing.
Then we had the Sunday Puja,
Mm.
which was sponsored by Stephen, an American person
Okay.
who has done a katina by himself in the history of
In
art
US.
here in this temple.
Wow.
And
Good for
then
him.
he's a professor at a university. He did a mock katina at his class
So he's wait. What? Why would you do a mock katina in a class?
to show his history students that, you know, in terms speaking of history of Asia, he wanted to show things significant to
Other religions.
the religions.
So what's involved in a katina? So just curious. I'm now very curious. What does it
Yeah,
mean to
it's like
sponsor a
after
katina?
at the end of 3 months rains retreat, which is what we are doing now.
Mm.
Abstain from traveling, dedicate their time for teaching and practice
Mm.
together with lay people. And at the end, the Buddha made a rule that a katina robe can be offered, which became a festive thing. And katina has a meaning that it is stable. Offering a robe of katina will benefit you tremendously for many lifetimes,
Mm.
after lifetimes. And there are stories involving those who did it in the past Buddha's time.
So it's katina atapirikara or katina something different?
No, katina and atapirikara are two different things. Atapirikara can be offered in katina,
Ah, okay.
which is a practice done. But nowadays, katina is also used as a way of doing a development project at the temple.
Mm. Mm. Right. Okay. I understand. Okay.
Katina is also the frame on which the robe is made. You know, those days they had to put a hard frame on which they stitch the robe in a square shape, and that had to be stable. So katina has that meaning too. Uh,
Hmm.
so monks begin travel. Now, if we travel, we have to return to the monastery to on the sixth night. I mean, by the seventh night, we should be here,
Mm.
the boundary, which is our monastery,
Mm.
to spend that seventh night. That is because of the rules.
Mm. 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 Okay.
Monks were allowed only 3 robes at the time, and katina robe was allowed because monks abstained from traveling at the time because of rain, and didn't want to step on new sprouts. And
So katina robe is also a chivara. Am I reading that correctly?
yeah. Okay, so that's what you are looking for. It's a robe.
No, so it's not atapirikara in the sense that you don't need to have the pathare and all the
No,
eight parts. It can be,
just the
but it
robe
doesn't
is
necessarily.
significant. So
Okay.
the month of Katina is called Chivara Masa because robes are being offered. So festive season both in Sri Lanka, well, in every Theravada country.
Hmm. 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 Interesting. So is he planning to do the same this year too?
No, he did it in 2009. This year, 3 families are sponsoring our
Oh,
Katina.
okay. Okay, good.
Okay, shall we start?
Yes. Whenever you. So this is how far I've gotten. Not so far. I actually started maybe 20 minutes ago. Definitely after 7:30, 7:40. Haven't gotten far. Um,
An
I,
alternative translation from, I have Sutta Central,
okay. I can pull that up as well. Sutta
not
Central.
Sutta Central, but the other one you had was from some Tipitaka version.
Sinhala version or the English version? Dhamma talk. Dhamma
Version.
talk.
Yeah, that from there. Is it in Suttas?
Mm-hmm. The Zoom window is blocking some of the tab buttons, so I couldn't see it. I just had to move it around. 6. Kanika. Oh, what has been attained? What to be attained are both
Is to be
stored with
attained,
dirt.
strewn with dust.
So I got whatever attained, yet to be attained, Ubaya Mitang. Both these Ubaya seems to imply something, some duality. That's what I got. Rajanu Kinnam beset with defilements. I just picked those words from the dictionary. I broke it out as Raja plus Anukin. Anukin is beset according to the dictionary. So that seems to
Is it
be another.
Raja or Raja?
It could be Raja. I did
I want to
somehow.
just be sure, but it's okay.
How I got it from, or where I got it from, is on a specific page. I thought I saw Pancharaja Raja
I'm not
dusty
seeing what
place.
you are reading.
I'm searching in a different computer.
Okay.
If I do it on
Oh,
this computer, it gives me Raja, which has 300 something hits. Um, so I was cheating myself.
maybe the Sinhala one would help.
See, this one has 534 hits, so this was not helping me. I was searching the same thing in a Linux machine, which does a different way of searching, but I can get to the page where I got it from, so then that I can show you real quick. Come on, Raja. I'm pretty sure I found it. Pancha? Yeah, I should be close now. Pancha Rajani. All right, this is on page 434. 434. Think there's a Rajani here. So this is where I this is how deep I went to pick up Rajani. Pancha Rajani defilements. On the Linux side, this comes up real quick.
Show me something or speaking?
You're not hearing me again?
Here only.
Oh, you're not seeing anything. I'm sorry. I am absolutely sorry.
No problem.
What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. New share. I'm sorry. I'm
Share.
sorry. Here we go. I am very sorry.
Oh, there. Okay, that's the place to go.
This is where I got it from. Rajani defilements.
Gamma Rajani, right?
No. This is Pancha Rajani. This is coming from Pancha from here. It's a long list of
5
abbreviations.
defilements. Okay. Was it in RA, Raja?
Yes. What happened to it? I just had it. Here we go. Rajani
Also in
defilement.
the index, if you click R,
I understand. Okay.
which you may have done before.
No, I did not. I didn't even try that option.
Okay.
Raj.
Okay, Rajo. Okay.
You're looking at something?
Yeah, I saw it on the right hand side. See dust, dirt. It's Raja. Raj.
So
Oh, so Raj, not Rajana. It's just little an inch above.
Rajo.
Yeah, there. Yeah, Rajo. And then you see Raj, which is B meanings. Yeah, dust, dirt, usually wet, staining dust.
Hmm.
So,
If that's the case, what happens to the translation? If it needs to be broken as Raj, that I will be happy with as well, I think. Because,
I think if you take Raja, that I agree with it with this reason that you take defilements in the plural, so Raja is plural. So Raja Anukinna, which is easily taken as Raja to be the plural sense. So go with it because you don't want to say Anukinna. Uh,
hmm.
that long A before, yeah, leave it where it was.
Even the dust, if you even take the dust translation, it's basically saying covered, something to do with
Yeah,
defilements anyway, I
yeah.
think.
They use proven as the meaning,
Hmm.
uh, which is the English word that English folks used.
Hmm.
Uh, true meaning scatter. The idea here is ubhayametam. Both these are
Both these, I think the gist of the idea here is whatever. So I think the
two
Buddha,
extremes, right?
yeah, Buddha is not strictly identifying what these two things are, but he's saying whatever has attained or yet to be attained, both of these are beset with defilements and produce ill results in a sense. So this translation, I haven't looked at this translation by the way, so I'm just looking at it now. So what has it been and attained are both stolen in dust. So he is going after dust directly by one who trains in line with the afflicted. So I'm completely missing there. So that might be wrong then. Arthur, Arthur,
Oh,
Arthurus
Aturasanu Sikhato.
Sikato, yes. So I broke it down as Arthur Anusika
Bring
Sikata.
that Atura and Sa together. Aturasa and Anusikhato with short A. So what you see here is Aturasa as the genitive
Mm.
of the sick. We had a better translation. Oh yeah, Atura vechekena, miserable lekena. Aturasa Anusikhato.
Where is the miserable one here?
Atura, not in this translation,
No, it's
Sutta
in the
Central.
Sutta Central
But
Translation.
let me show you in Pali something.
Hmm.
Yancha pattang and yancha pattabang. So that's talking about two things.
Hmm.
And then Ubayametang is talking about two things.
Hmm.
Then Ayameko Anto is one thing.
Where
And
are you
then
reading,
Ayam
Moto?
so now after your yellow markation,
Hmm.
you see you begin reading the Pali, and then at the end of that sentence is Ayameko Anto.
I make one to over here. Yes.
That is, and take note of that, a mental note.
Hmm.
And then I am Dutiyo Anto. That's at the end of the next line.
Dutyo Anto.
Okay. So what I'm trying to show you is from the beginning, the Buddha is referring to what he's going to say
Hmm.
in these coming lines.
Hmm. Future
One,
sentences.
one is attained, one is yet to be attained.
Hmm. Hmm.
Could be referring to these both ends, extremes. And how we clarify that is by looking at what he is showing as the first end, what he is showing as the second extreme.
Mhm.
Okay. So are we done with Aturas Anusikhanto? Are we?
Is this
Oh,
translation okay with you of the Sikh remembrance? There was something about
oh, you went to
meditation.
Anusarati, perhaps remembrance.
Yes.
No,
That's
no,
where I
no.
went to.
That's not good.
Okay.
Anusikhanto. So Sikhati means training.
Mm.
Okay, Sikshanaya.
Mm.
Anusikhati meaning following closely.
Mm.
Okay, so Aturasa, I would say of the sick, uh, of the defiled, of the miserable.
Mm. What of the
So if you look at the meaning of Atura,
miserable
we
of
may find a better word.
Atura?
Good index.
Yes, it's easy.
Oh, there we go. I found the word. Ill, sick, deceased, miserable, affected. So you see how affected came up?
Mm.
Do we see Atura Anusikkata here?
Atura, Anatura. No, that's not here. Atura, Atura,
The Buddha says Aturesu Manusesu Viharama Anatura. Among those sick people, Viharama, we live Anatura, healthy.
without any Atura. Anusikito. So
You
I
can also look up Anusikkati,
Anusik
which
Anusik doesn't like.
Sikkati maybe. Oh, how come Anusikkati came up? Is it
That's
double S?
that's what I'm seeing here. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Anu
Aha, good catch.
Anusikati.
There we go.
To learn.
To follow one's example, to imitate. Anukarne.
Anusikati. Anusikati. Okay. Anusikati. Imitate.
This is like Buddha saying, follow the sick path.
Aturasa Anusikato. Following of the miserable path.
Yes.
Following the miserable.
So, following the path of the miserable.
Okay, that makes more sense. At least better than what I had. Whatever attained, whatever yet to be attained, both these are beset with desirable and ultimately following the path of miserable. Okay.
Oh, I see. Thank you for reading that again. Now I think you read it correctly. So whatever attained or yet to be attained, both these beset with defilements. And so the last line, aturasa anusikhato, following the path of the miserable, refers to whatever is attained and not attained, yet to be attained. Okay. And then again, Sikha was mentioned in that last line. So he begins with Yecha Sikha Sara.
Sikkasara. Yecha Sikkasara.
Yecha, those who.
There's a church, so those who, is it who or one after the other, comma separated at least?
Yecha, and then Yecha comes again, right?
Yes. Okay, it's after a full stop, so never mind. Those who, Sika,
Also those who, also those who. So
also those who,
cha is
Sika.
also. Sikha,
I'll go with this. Those also. Sika,
ha,
Sara.
Kara. So Sikha is precepts. Siksha.
So this is not this Sika. It's the
Same.
same exact Sika, but this
That
is
is a verb. Sikhato is a verb.
following.
Sikha is the precept, the noun.
Mm. Sika.
So you see, when we do it slowly, we are not puzzled that much.
Yes, but it takes ton of times because I am very slow.
No, that's the way to go. Of course, at the end of a long day.
What is happening to my formatting? Okay. All right. So
How
Sika.
do we make the meaning now?
So this is Sare. I remember you said this is
Yeah,
Sare.
yeah, essence.
So essence of the
Sikha.
Sika. Essence of training. Essence of
Sikkasara, taking the essence as precepts. Those who take precepts strictly,
those who take. Okay.
because what comes is sila batang after this.
Essence of precepts. Essence is key.
No, taking precepts as the essence. See the shift of the meaning?
Yes. As
What should we take as the essence? Not the rule, but the spirit of it, right?
right.
Buddha put a rule that helps you to lead to Nibbana, not to just keep the rule. What might have happened is that he had to address these monks or jatilas who are very strict. They only take a little bite of food per day, but they don't meditate. The Buddha is like, it's a silabhata. You know, silabhata is the third fetter, tungani sanyojana. Before you become a sotapanna person, stream winner, Sakkaya Ditthi has to be gone. Vichikicha, doubt. Sakkaya Ditthi is a self-view. Vichikicha is a doubt. And Silabhata, the adherence to precepts, adherence to those strict practices has to be abandoned.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you don't follow them. That means you.
You take it to the level necessary to cross the flood, not to carry the raft after crossing. What these monks might have done is, and we both know how it comes related to the prostitute's story,
Right. There were
which
two
is what we
people.
just read
Mm,
before, like
mm,
just before we came here.
mm,
But I think the point here is Sikhasara, taking precepts as the essence, not the goal.
mm,
Um, Silabbatang, Jivitang, So Silabbatang Jivitang Brahmacharyang.
Silabbathang. How do you characterize
Put
Silabbathang?
the Silabbatang Jivitang together, but let me give you Silabbatang alone.
Okay.
Sila Vata became Silabbata.
Silabata or Silabata?
Vata, V-A-T-A. V for van. Like Vrute.
Oh, okay. Sila. This is Silavata.
Yeah. And how do you see Burr coming here? This is why sometimes in Bangladeshi tradition, instead of saying Viju Bubbula Sava Jalaraji Parikyang, they say Biju Bubbula, because Ver and Bur are pronounced dialectically differently in some areas.
You said Bangladesh?
Yeah.
Buddhism in Bangladesh?
Oh, yeah. It's only now they don't have it that strongly. And if you go to some areas, which I don't remember the name of, I lived with many Bangladeshi monks, so they are
A minority. Big
they are
minority.
very much of a minority, and they are in deep trouble because of the threats coming from the majority.
Yeah. Complete opposite happens at the border where the majority Buddhists
Yeah,
say same coin. I mean, two
yeah,
sides of the same coin.
right. Taking so Sila Vatang Jivitang. Now I know what this is trying to say.
Mm.
Yeah, but I will say Jivitang is definitely life.
Mm.
Brahmacharyang, taking it as the Brahma conduct, which is another way to say holy life.
Mm.
Upadhana Sara.
Upatthana.
Upadhana is attending.
Upasthana kirim. Upatthana sara.
Attending as the essence.
Oh, that's one end. So I am Eko Ante.
Ayang
That's one.
Eko
I
Anto.
am right. I am Eko Ante. That's one end. So what is this one end now? Those who taking precepts as essence, living a brahmacharya life. Sila.
Depending on Silabbat. Depending on attachment to precepts.
Oh dear, you are getting the word depending. You are deriving the
Because
word depending.
instead of say attending, I used depending. Upatthana.
Depending. Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I could also say associating with.
Depending. Dependence, I think, gives the better meaning.
Yes, I mean, if you translate the essence of it, upatthana, if you take that word alone, upa meaning closely,
Mm,
thana,
mm,
close to the place. So upattaka is the attendant for
mm,
that matter,
mm,
that you
mm,
are close to it.
mm.
So independence of Sailabbadang, attachment to Sila,
Not yeah. Strict might also be fine, right? Strict
yeah,
rules, I guess.
for what?
Sila rules. The precepts rules. Isn't that what the point here is? So
Also,
someone.
they say rites and rituals for this Silabbata. They do rituals like sacrificing a goat to satisfy their god,
Mm,
which they believe is a salvation for them. The Buddha was like, "You're talking nonsense."
mm. Rituals. I like this word rituals. You're following the precepts as rituals, not necessarily for the essence.
Exactly. That also is a very close meaning to it.
So, but
Earlier
there
we
has to
thought
be, so there has to be a negation here somewhere, right? So taking the precepts
as essence.
as essence, but what this is trying to say, or at least the way we are translating it right now, taking the precepts for their rituals instead of taking them for the essence. Isn't that what we should be going
Close.
after?
Yeah.
So my
Uh,
question is, where's the negation? How do we get the negation out? I don't see the na or something that.
yeah, this is like very cryptic.
Mm,
It's inferred here without using that kind of a word,
mm,
that kind of a negation. And if you get the full picture of that line alone, Yecha Sikkha it's referring to those. So because Sikkha is in the plural, Sikkha
precepts,
those who take
essences.
take the precepts as the essence, Silabbatan Jivitam Brahmacharyang Upatthana taking Silabbata, taking rites and rituals as their holy life, and depending on it, Upatthana depending on it as the essence.
I see.
I am Ekwanto. This is one extreme.
So I think the better thing to do would be put precepts in brackets, taking as essence rites and rituals,
Yeah.
and
Jivitam. So,
living.
did you find the negation now?
Um,
Not?
I can see the negation now once I get
Yeah.
the precepts out of it, because
Yeah.
precepts to me is something with a good intention, but I see the point here, taking the precepts in the wrong direction, that you're
Mhm.
following the precept for following the precepts. So in a Buddhist sense, I will not kill, so you just recite I will not kill, but as soon as you see the mosquito you just kill it, or in a Brahmanical term, I guess ritualistic killing of an animal to please the god would be a precept. So I
Yeah.
can see that now. So at that point it's a precept in one definition, but it's not done. It's it's doing the precept for just mere fact of doing the precepts, following the precept, but not necessarily understanding what the ramifications are. So I can see it now, I guess. Jivitam
Earlier, we
brahmacharya.
were trapped in say thinking that this is talking something positive,
Hmm,
which, but then we saw the word anta. Wow, this is an extreme end.
right,
Ayang eko anto. Then
right,
there is that negation.
right.
So the
So it's
Buddha
not a
could
positive end and a negative end. These are both. These two ends are also
both negative.
bad ends. Yes. Mm,
This is all the Pali we have in
yes.
the sutra. Okay. Whew.
Oh, this is only the. This is only the. I only copied the
Yeah,
Udana Pali.
right. That's good.
Vitam brahmacharyang upatthana sara. Okay. Those who
So
taking
Jivitang can be lifetime brahmacharya,
life,
lifetime holy life.
lifetime of holy life. Holy life. Two different words. Huh. Okay. Lifetime of holy life. Dependent attached to. So that's one extreme. On the other extreme, evam vadino natikamesu
Those of
dosoti. So there's nothing wrong with attaching
ah,
to nothing wrong with attaching to sensual pleasures.
very good.
Evam vadino, vadi speaking, evam vadino
Adino. Ye evang vadino, those who speak like this.
Mm,
Ti, there is not, no kamesu in kamas, doso, no fault.
right. So one end, so this is the Kamasukallikanu yoga, right? So
Exactly.
implying
The other one is Atta Kilamatani.
the Kilamatani yoga, right? So, but this basically means is Atha Kilamatani yoga and Kamasukallikanu yoga. So
Sure you are.
that's what I thought originally. Then I got trapped in here. I saw this part might be implying the Kamasukallikanu yoga, but the previous sentence is very cryptic. But now I can see it. So I should probably take a footnote. Um, insert footnote. Yes, the footnote. I'm gonna cheat Kama. So
Venerable Kongyan told about a mock exam.
next week, right? Yes. She is also Atta Kilamathan yoga when it comes to certain things. She wants to follow all the rules. But I'm like, okay. We don't
Yeah,
necessarily have,
because she wants to survive the whole thing.
but I don't know. I for a,
You know this
I,
record.
I, it's okay. I am a professor. This is my profession. Nothing is set in stone. We can change whatever as long as there's a clear justification. As long as we meet the objectives of the course, doesn't matter how many midterms you have or not or whatever.
I think she's frightened based on her
I
experience.
I think they don't want to upset Kalanier. They're trying so hard not to upset Kalanier. I don't necessarily know whether we have to do that. But then again, I am from Sri Lanka. You're from Sri Lanka, so we know how things work over there. She probably doesn't have that insight. So it's okay. Kama Sukali Kanu Yoga implying. So that way I know. All right. Now the question becomes, now my mind wanders back to the prostitutes case study. So the prostitutes case study, I don't have a copy. Oh, yeah, I have it over
You
here.
see two people fighting. That could be
Yes,
the two extremes, but the same goal.
I don't see the connection. So there's one
Then the
goal, which is
goal
the
is
Ganikava, right, prostitute. But these two people both have going. I see. They're both going after the
goal.
wrong goal. Wrong.
Not the wrong goal. They both think that they want to reach to that goal, whether it's right or wrong. But so those who have strict practices like eating just once every 14 days, they think that leads them to moksha. And those who take sensuality as not a problem, they also think that they can reach to that same goal.
Hmm.
Okay. And they also fight between a monk. And the Buddha says, these are both extremes, and neither would benefit anybody.
So yeah, I can stretch my hands and maybe maybe come to that conclusion. I mean, so let's say a better simile would be, I don't know. Again, there might be something I'm missing here. So there's this prostitute. One guy goes to prostitutes every time, every minute, spends all his money. There's another guy who does it by the rule, I guess.
Where do you get that idea of one guy going there every day?
No, so I'm trying to see the two ends here, two extremes. I'm trying to make the relationship between
It's
the two
it's not
people.
shown. It's not shown from that intro. right?
Mm.
That
I don't see it because all I
the
see
Buddha
here is
isn't asking us to see it that way. The Buddha is saying that these guys, what all he wants to say is that both these guys are useless.
that I agree with fully. But now he's using the duality, the two people fighting for the same prostitute, to explain two ends, two extremes, complete opposite extremes in a certain way.
The idea of extremes don't have to bring it to the story of the prostitute, because that's the problem the Buddha had. What is happening outside is not extremes. The Buddha's focus is to teach about two extremes that people, monks generally need to be aware of.
Okay, but if that's the case, okay, I'm not disagreeing with you. If that's the case, the stories we read before this, in all the other stories, so for example, a king asks to gather all the blind people and all that, and
Yeah,
that was the simile to explain the different viewpoints and ultimately to come to the conclusion that all these viewpoints are wrong for for that reason. So I can see the simile and how it relates to the theory. uh, this case I cannot see the case study or the simile and how it relates to the theory. The theory here is Buddha is trying to teach Attakilamata Yoga and Kamasukalika Yoga, and to make an argument that both extremes are wrong. They don't lead to salvation. They're not salvation, wrong word. They don't lead to Nibbana. Um, I am having a hard time making that relation. That's my question problem right
in the
now.
attempt to make that relation is already a futile effort.
Mm, mm.
As if the Buddha wanted to make that connection, he would have.
Would have, right? Okay.
He, I wanted to show you in talking about examples he give, like similes, metaphors. He
Mm,
says people easily get attracted to the story
mm,
that is presented by the metaphor,
mm,
and they miss the essence
mm,
because. Uh, but he says he gives an upama or metaphor or story only to throw people into what he's actually teaching.
mm.
So this may be an example of that. He heard it. He's like, he must have been thinking about two extremes. And then he just only said this,
Mm, mm, mm.
being the Buddha, like completely disregarding what is happening outside.
Right. Okay. That's possible. Okay. So that's the second extreme. Ichete ubo. I think ubo is also duality. This ubo, same ubo. Ichete.
Bo is both.
Right. Ubo, anta. So
Iti
here,
ete ubo anta.
say it again, please.
Ichete is iti ete. Iti becomes itcha.
Ichete. Ichete. Okay. Ichete. Ichete. Ubo anta. Katasi.
Both extremes.
Mm. Both extremes. Katasi
Padana.
Vaddana. Katasi Vaddana lead you to the graveyard.
Yeah,
Vada.
only develops the graveyard.
Right. This. Develops. I'm gonna put within two words.
Not towards the graveyard. We don't get towards in any Pali word here.
Graveyard in the sense of death. Well, death is already there, no matter what. But
This
I'm
means
guessing
you keep dying and being born, you keep dying and being born, and your body just piles up in the cemetery, of course, the body doesn't remain. It's just useless, he says, because none of these have a purpose.
So the graveyard here implies this is not leading you to the so ultimate truth or nibbana. So ending. It's keeping you in the cycle. In that sense, that's the graveyard here.
Yes, a very harsh way to say that. Saying Malamini Vitarai.
Right, but I think that might have been also the intent to give that strong impression.
Yeah. Monks must have felt it to their bone.
Right, Katasi.
If we talk like that nowadays, I think people will feel depressed.
Right, but if they get the message, I mean, they should be depressed, right? This is true.
They complain that this monk is talking
Talking depressive things. I see what you mean. Okay.
cemeteries are the
Well,
most flowery, beautiful places in the US. Also in everywhere in the world.
yes, calm, good place to meditate, to be honest.
Yeah.
No one bothers anyone over there. No cell phones. Even people who carry cell phones when they go to the cemetery keep their cell
What
phone away.
bothers is your own fear that any sound that is unusual will frighten you. So your own mind's movement will frighten.
That also, but my point is, people who always use a cell phone, even they're in a meeting or in a class, if they go to the cemetery, they behave in a completely different way out of respect for people who have already died. Which is funny. They have no
Do they
respect.
abstain from using it?
I believe so. They are a lot more strict in a cemetery compared to self controlled, self contained. In a cemetery, I think
Or they don't answer calls?
they don't answer calls, they
They
don't look
have
at the
it though.
phone. Right.
Because I do feel, I have to, not that I like,
But you have
when
to
we
write
go,
with you.
people have their cameras on all the time.
Oh, they're videotaping. I see. Maybe I have a wrong picture then. Then if that's the case,
We also know that American kids, particularly Sri Lankan American, generally, I think all kids have never seen a dead body.
yeah.
Like they never attend a funeral.
Mm, right. Even if they do, it's in a box, right? It's in a well prepared box. Not
Oh, that's an expensive thing to do. Anyway, let's continue.
Katasio di Tim
What then?
Vadenti. Katasio di Tim Ditti. What is this Ditti? This is not this is this view.
Yeah.
Katasio Ditti. Um, graveyard view. uh,
No, not the Cartesio, take it as the plural. Cemeteries, Vaddenti, that's the verb. Grow, what? Ditting, the views.
සොහොන් ලකුණු පල වෙනවද ඒකද කියන්නේ මේ
No.
no not that right
Happens is that being piled up in the cemetery implies that your dipti, your views, your attachment to views has grown. Nothing else has happened.
so develops over here might be better word would be grow
Yeah.
in the like grow as a pile of bodies
Yes.
pile up
Right.
Katasio this ditting Vadenti. Vardene mina Vadenti. Growing ditting. Weave. Growing the weave. I'm sorry. I'm again lost. Katasio ditting Vadenti. So growing the weave of the grave. Oh,
Take it as a simple sentence like this. Kassako vaping gachati.
farmer paddy
No, farmer goes to the lake. Vaping is the lake.
warping. Okay.
So now take
Katasio. Ditting Vadenti. Katasio. Who is the Katasio then?
cemeteries being piled up in cemeteries. So the katasi yo. So
Cemeteries.
kassaka vaping gachanti. Farmers go to the lake. Katasio ditting vaddenti. What is the subject here? Katasio.
Cemeteries grow. In the sense like more cemeteries appear. You start seeing more and more
Where do you
cemeteries
see
appear.
more cemeteries?
I don't know. I just so I'm so
Vaddenti grows.
mhm.
What grows?
Cemeteries grow.
No,
No, the views view.
views grow.
So you
Views
start
grow. And what grows the views? Katasio, cemetery. How it happens is that people have that strict view, one way or the other. They die, born again, have one of those views, born again, have one of those views. So all that has happened is because of the view. They
right.
just
So I agree with you. So what I was going to say, or what I was struggling to say, is if you take a single cemetery, because of having these two extremes, that single cemetery itself grows in body count. More bodies pile up in that graveyard. But
hmm?
that happening over and over and over again means now there are many graveyards, meaning you start seeing many graveyards appearing. Am I wrong? So it's multiplying.
The
Graveyards
previous
also
one is
multiplying.
not previous one. Take it as the plural too. Katasi it grows many graveyards. When you say
I see. So not bodies pile up in one graveyard. Okay. Katisivardhana. Okay. So
develops graveyards,
Europe's okay. So
develop.
problem is here. Develop graveyards. Okay. All right. One separation. All right. This makes sense. Grave graveyards develop views. Graveyards develop views. That doesn't make sense. I am struggling. Oh, let me see. Both these extremes cause the growth of cemeteries. Okay, and cemeteries cause oh dear, growth cemeteries. Okay, and so if this is if and then, so if and if condition, grow cemeteries cause weaves to grow.
You don't see an if condition there.
No, I was just if and only if in a mathematical sense. So
End the cemeteries in one place and then go to other cemeteries as a new sentence.
cemeteries grows weaves to grow. Cemeteries, okay. Katasio vadenti. Cemeteries grow
Vaddenti is actually not vaddati. This is vaddenti, causing views to grow.
Cemeteries cause views to grow. What does that mean now? What views? So more people start appearing with those two extremes?
Oh, it's not that more people appearing. It's just that you died, born again, died again.
Mm.
All that has happened from those views is that your view has not changed. Only the cemetery grow.
That part is here, right? So Katasya that is the developing the graveyard, developing graveyards.
And he is emphasizing the same thing again
Again, I
because
see.
there's only a comma, not a period.
Cemeteries close. Cemeteries cause views to grow. And my question is, what views? Cemeteries are
You had
causing.
two views given. One is
So those two
Attakilamatanu.
extremes.
Yeah, Attakilamatanu. The other one is Kamasukallikanu.
Okay, it's quite deep.
Yeah, it's just I like it's a strong way to teach.
Mm.
Ete te
Etete ubo ante anapinyaya oliyanti eke aditawanti eke. Oh dear. 1-1. What is 1-1? Etete ubo ante. Both ends. Anabinyaya.
not knowing, having not known, not having known. Sorry.
Not having known. Olian.
Ete is
Olianti.
Oliyanti.
Olianti.
I don't know what Oliyanti means.
We'll ask our trusted dictionary.
Get stuck.
Oh, you found it so quickly.
Oliyati. No, I have my other computer open with Sutta Centra.
Oliyat.
Look for Oliyana. Yeah, there we go.
Cling to it.
Alenawa.
Oh, to stick.
Oliyate. Lee. To stick. Eleanor. Stick fast. Adhere. Cling to it. This is, what we are coming up might be oldest Pali. In Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the Buddha's, that is his first sermon. He
Mm.
was talking about the Kamasukallikanu and Attakilamata.
Mm.
And Dhamma hasn't developed to Sariputta level. Sariputta kind of was explaining things in detail and the Buddha approving. So more Dhamma appeared as the, Arahants appeared and all of that. But now this is what you are seeing as the Buddha being straightforward.
Mm. Mm.
He was always straightforward, but again, in these places, he's kind of walking around the same core of two extremes that he was earlier seeing.
Mm.
So,
Etete ubo ante.
etete.
Etete ubo ante.
I want to go to etete to the dictionary to see if it is ete or etete. Okay, say just look ete. Yeah, that first one.
No, please.
No.
No. That's very disappointing. Pete. Oh, it's not going to help us, Bante. It's 463 hits.
No. Okay. Hmm.
What about the index?
These. Ete is these. Te is these two ends. I don't get it. Oh, okay. Ubo ante. Okay. Ubo is two.
Mm. That's not easy to find.
Okay, I will take it as ete and te. So te is, so ete is these. Te is they. And ubo is
Who?
both.
Both ante. Two
And
extremes.
so ete te ubo ante. Generally,
Those who these they not knowing
yeah.
get stuck in them.
Hmm?
These not knowing, these they implying people who have these views. These they not knowing, not having
Mm-hmm.
known, get stuck in it, get stuck in one.
Yeah. Oli anti eke. Some get attached. How does one get attached? Somebody will teach you that you stand on one foot and that is the way to liberation.
Mm.
And not hearing any other thing, you do that. What happens is until death, you do that 6 hours a day, and all that happens is no development. And now you are known as an ascetic who stands on one foot,
1 foot.
and that way people show you respect. For the rest of your lifetime, you have to keep that. Because if you stop that,
Then people
you're going
don't
to
like
get,
you.
yeah. That's the kind of society the Buddha was living at. And because he was the Buddha and because he had that background, he was able to say anything he wanted to kings or to not so kingly people
Right,
or to even recluses. Like he could clearly tell that these people are just doing nonsense,
right, right.
particularly the ascetics and recluses. Eke atidahavanti.
Atidavanti.
Atidahavanti eke. Okay. Some atidahavanti, run very fast. That's the Kamaloka.
Okay, not having known these extremes, some get attached, some run fast. Okay, calm. Okay. Yechakote abhinyaya tatra cha tatra cha nahisung tena cha nama namanyisu namanyimsu wattang tesang nati panya panayati. Oh my, this is deep.
Yeah, this is kind of essence he's teaching. Okay, Vattan Tesan Natti Panyapanayati. You said the cycle. You use the word cycle for cemetery. People go in the cycle. And it's very nicely landing at the word Vattang. Vattang is cycle, Rauma.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Wattang cycle. Tesang Natti Panya Panaya
Yeah. So
does not recognize, does not understand.
Panyapanaya doesn't appear. Natti Panyapanaya පැනවීමක් නැහැ. Doesn't appear of those තේසං. And the Sutra Central takes, there is no cycle of samsara to be assigned for them. So Panyapanaya is assigning for them. Panyapana, but
Panavima, Panaya Panavima, Panya.
yeah, I think assigning is a good meaning.
Not assigned.
Yeah. A cycle is not assigned for them. For whom? Tenacha namanyensu and tatracha nahesu. Okay. Still referring to the duality. Tatracha, I think put the brackets there. There too. Nahesu. Na ahesu. Weren't. My goodness, this took us 1.5 hours.
We are going very slow. It's because it's a long day and we are both tired.
No, this thing actually was tough. Also.
We started breaking down it. Yeah. Na ahesung. You said na
Oh,
ahesung to
na
be
ahesung. Weren't. Were not. Because ahesung, plural.
na ahesung tenacha na manisung
Let's finish the one
manya.
before. Yeah. Na manyinsu. Didn't have conceit on. Manyamana is a Pali word. Na manyinsu. Na manyinsu. Didn't mind.
You say didn't mind.
Yeah, I mean, literally.
Yechako te apinyaya.
So, yecha, those others, te, them, abhinyaya, having known, having learned, having comprehended. Now, this is talking about arahants.
I see.
Okay, the first one is kas Attakilamatani yoga. Tatracha nahesu. Weren't there in that end. Tenacha na manjinsu. Weren't there in the Kamasukalika. Didn't mind the sensual end. Vattang tesang natti panyapanaya. So for them, cycle is not assigned.
They end the cycle. It's a riddle.
Yes. There we go. That's the word. It's a riddle.
Those who are having those for those who have apprehended,
Having comprehended.
comprehended.
Abhinyaya is like abhinyaya, having known.
Having comprehended their tatracha Nahesung,
Na Hesung.
Nahensung.
Na Ahesung.
So
Yeah. He couldn't make it any riddler.
harder.
Yeah,
We couldn't have made it any harder to
right.
figure what he's talking about. I mean,
I
poor
think
monks. It's a good thing there was a Saryut who existed to break these things down at the
actually
time.
lucky monks that they knew what Buddha was talking about.
Right, that's also possible, but I'm pretty sure there were most likely there were monks who were like, "What is he talking about?"
There was occasions like if you read the first sutra of Majjhima Nikaya, Mulapariyaya Sutra,
Mm.
at the end of it, it doesn't say the monks were happy about what the Buddha said. These monks weren't happy.
Right. I mean, it's hard to imagine a society where all the monks just simply understand all these things like first time. So I'm pretty sure there were people like, maybe I need to refer. Well, there's no referring back either, right? It's not in a
So
book.
many monks left. Many monks, it's uncountable number they left. They didn't fit their understanding.
And there's no follow up, there's no books to refer to, there's no review, no nothing.
They went and started saying bad things about the Buddha,
Yeah,
saying, "Don't go to him; he's useless."
right. You won't understand it, right?
Yeah, you won't understand it. It's unfortunate that well, different characters.
Right. I don't know. So if I was there, maybe I would also might not understand it. I
Oh,
mean,
you
this
will
is
be the
very,
first one to leave, I trust.
yeah. This is
Now
like,
we both know why we are in samsara.
right. Maybe I was there. I didn't understand it then. I don't understand it now. Oh my Lord. This took pretty much 1.5 hours just to break down these four
Without
sentences.
taking any breaks. So
Right. I think that should be enough for today, Bante. Whatever we have done, that's enough.
yeah, send it to them, ask them to enjoy.
Right.
So for the mock exam, are we doing it next week?
I guess we don't have any option, right? Not next week. The next week after.
Yeah,
Uh,
running beyond. Should we
so
take that, the next sutra?
say it again.
Take the next sutra for it?
For the mock exam.
Yeah. What's the format of it? What is it supposed to be? You are not doing it the whole day, so it's just
You,
needed for a
you are
certain
looking
time.
at a blank screen if you're asking me the questions. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. It can be whatever we want it to be. To be honest, I think it's supposed to be a mock exam. So you can set up whatever the time you like, whatever the questions you like.
Okay.
It appears we have Saturday.
My goodness, 15 to 4 p.m. Mock.
3. I don't think. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know.
like the last day of the class. I see.
Right. That's the last day of the class. Yes, exactly. So the last day
Okay,
of the
we have the time for that.
yes.
So for the homework, you probably uh, would read and come the next sutra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Satipatthana. Oh, the sutta we
Ah,
didn't get to yet in Jachanda.
oh, what is? Oh, we have done Jachanda enough. I think let's. I want you to read Satipatthana.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll read Satipatthana then.
The next sutra is about running beyond. At one time, the Buddha was dwelling near Savatthi and was sitting, and then he was sitting in the open air while the oil lamps were burning. Then at that time, many moths rushing and falling down into the oil lamps were coming to grief, were coming to ruin. Okay, the gracious one saw those many moths who rushing and falling down into those oil lamps. were coming to grief, were coming to ruin. Then, having understood the significance of it on that occasion, he uttered, "They run beyond, not coming to the essential. They cause new and fresh bonds to increase, like moths that fall into the lamp. Some have settled thus on what is seen or heard." Fascinating. It's just those bugs coming to the light at night.
Mm,
And the Buddha was like, "Oh, this is like beings. They don't understand what I'm teaching."
mm, mm,
That kind of an utterance. Like he was a great poet. He had seclusion, and all that a poet looks for is seclusion from others. So their thoughts become poetic,
mm.
and they have the time to make it a nice poem.
Okay, so we got those two. So we're not gonna go
End though?
there. Say it again.
Is that the end?
Yes, I think this is the last one in that sequence. Then we start Chulavago. We are not asked to read Chulavago.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you to you. I guess I didn't do much.
No, you have improved. You have improved. Let's be happy that we accomplished this much. Whatever much we accomplished. I was looking at my other computer to see if I could go to the next sutra. Okay. We have just those two at the end. Good enough. Uh, what's the Can you click the Upajjati Sutta? Upajjanti Sutta?
Uppachanti sutta. Uppachanti suttang. Evam me sutang kasamam
The
papadati.
Upajjanti Tathagata and Upajjanti. Okay.
Yavaki chancha bante tatagato loke
Nupajjanti.
uppachanti akanto. Uppachanti. Not born again, I guess.
Nupajjanti. He doesn't appear in the world. Rahanto Samma Sambuddha Tava Anyatitya Paribhajaka Sakkata Honti Garukata Honti. Until Tathagata appears in the world and until Arahants appear, the Anyatitya heretics are Sakkata Honti. They are Satkara Karla තියෙනවා. Okay, Garukata Honti. Venerated. Manita Pujita. බහුමන් කරලා තියෙනවා. පූජා කරලා තියෙනවා. අපචිතා ලාභිනෝ චීවර පිණ්ඩපාත etc. They get everything.
Before Buddha appeared, so in essence, before Buddha appeared, the Parabhajika were ruling, I guess,
Yeah.
running the show.
Yeah. Okay, that's the essence of that sutra. What's the udana though?
Oba hasati tavaso
Obhasati tavaso kimi yavana unnamate pabhankaro verochana mahi uggate hetapabo hoti na chapi bhasati evang obhasitameva takki kanang yava samma sambuddha loke nuppajjanti na takki. I should let you read.
na takkika sujjanti na chapi savaka du- dutti duttiti
Duddhiti
na dukkha pamucca
reti.
shriti dasama.
What did we miss? Chivara Pindapata Bhikkhu. Okay. We didn't miss much. Obasati Tava Sokimi. Obasati means illuminates.
Illuminating, yes.
Tava as far as Sokimi. That Kimi. What is Kimi? Yavana Unnamate Pabhankaro. Pabhankaro is the name for the sun. Unnamate, probably heat. Verochana mahi uggate. Verochana is also something to do with light. Uggate, when it is arisen. Hatapabho hoti na chapi basati. Hatapabho, light, hata, destroyed. Na chapi bhasati, it doesn't shine. Okay. Okay. O bhasati tavaso kimi. What is kimi?
Seven references for Kimi. Kimi.
Darkness.
Worm.
Okay.
A
Okay.
worm. A vermin. Really? An ass. Animal of death and purification.
Anamedriyada.
I have no idea. Kanha Sisa. A worm. Vermin. Setakimi. Kanha
Because
Sisa.
there is a worm that is obasati, luminous, like light එක පත්තු වෙන
I see. Okay. Animal of death and purification.
නානාකිමි කුලාවාසා. That's the Pali. Various families of
Kimis.
means avasa, living. That's referring to the body. Nanakimi kulavasa. The body has many worms.
So, Obasati Tavaso Kimi. Yavana.
That worm, obasati, shines as far as. Tava means as far as. Yavana unnamate pabhankaro.
Sun has to. Right.
As long as the sun, I think so. Yes, until the sun appears. Verochana mahi uggate, when the sun appears. Mahi, I think, Verochanam hi uggate, when the light appears. Hatappa bohoti nachapi basati. I see. Hatappa bohoti. The light disappears. Nachapi basati.
No more illumination. They don't light up anymore.
Now that has a good connection. Evan, it's like that. Obasita meva takki kana. Those who argue, takkika. Karana. Obasita meva. They shine indeed. Yava samma sambuddha loke nupajjanti. Until the perfect one doesn't appear in the world. Na takkika sujjanti na chapi savaka. Dudditthina dukkha pamuccareti. Takkika sujjanti na chapi savaka. Not also disciples. Na takkika sujjanti. Those debaters. Sujjanti is a word that I will try a guess. Dudditi in wrong views. Na dukkha pamuccare. Sujjanti shuddha karanawada.
You're probably right. That's one hit for Sujjanti. Macha Sujjanti. That's not gonna help. Sujjana. Oh dear. Very few hits. Purification. Suddhagiri, right? Sujjati. From Sujjati. Natikika Sujjati. Na chapi savaka. So there isn't a way to clear up the people who argue. Na chapi savaka.
Not even the disciples. Nacha api savaka. Not even the disciples.
Duttiti na dukkha pamuccare. Duttiti na dukkha pamuccare. Oh dear, that's negation, double negation. No. Duttiti, that's dukkha, right?
No, dudditi,
Dudditi.
bad viewed.
Nadukka.
Na dukkha pamuccare. Dukkha will not arise.
Disappear. Dukkha will not arise?
Yeah, pamuccare. Pamucchati is like I don't know what pamucchati actually. How do we get it? I'm looking at
Pamuchati. Pamuchati. Dukkha pamuchati. පැමිණෙනවා නැති. I'm
yeah.
just making a guess. Pamuchati. Pamunchati. What? To let loose, give out, emit.
Passo pamunchati.
Let loose, give up,
Okay,
give
click
out.
pamunchati.
It's right here.
Oh, sorry.
Let loose, give
Thank
out,
you.
emit.
Pamunchati. Okay, munchati is mudavanava. Because it's dudditi, it doesn't free you from dukkha. That's the
Right.
meaning.
That would make sense. This is basically saying until the Buddha arises, everyone else who is arguing is not going to
Yeah.
be released or will be purified. They're just
Oh, the
arguing.
takkikas na sajjanti. Those who argue are not purified. Na chapi savaka, not even their disciples.
Disciples, yes.
Buddhiti, those who have wrong view, na dukkha pamuccare. Don't free you from dukkha. Oh. Then tasuddhana.
That's interest. Why? So if dasanam, I thought dasanam would mean it's
Dasama.
ended.
Right.
Okay.
That's the list of the sutra names, I think.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that there were ekamang, dutiyang, tatiyang, naft. In this case, after dasamang, there's more stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's the summary of the list of sutras that was there. We read about Ayujatila Vekkana, Vekkana meaning looking, I think, Tayotitya, Subhuti, Ganika, Upati Navamo, and Upajjanti Chate Dasati, like the summary of the sutras that's supposed to be this collection. You're seeing the Banaka tradition. That
I see. Exclusive summary.
to summary. And you are like, my God, another 10. another.
No, I just
hour.
made that observation. It was interesting because I didn't see anything after whatever the numerical. And all of a sudden now there's something new.
This is ancient numbering.
So I'm guessing if I go and look at Udana Pali, second, yes, whatever, anyone I pick, I guess.
Click on Chula Pantaka.
So if is that the way? Yes. So if I
you
go
have to click
here,
the last one of any chapter.
There's an exclusive summary there. There we go. I see. Interesting.
Debadya, Dvecha Satta, Lakundako, Tanha Kayo. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine how much Dhamma people are missing by not reading this? So how much freedom they have by not reading this?
I was just gonna say, I don't know which one is good, knowing all these things or not knowing all these things.
Well,
I
it's
think
a
there has to be a middle path, even
timing today to even mention that.
I'm guessing there has to be a middle path even for this. How much to know, how much not to know. That's all right.
We tried.
We are trying. Yes.
10:40 my time.
Yes.
But
yes. I appreciate your time. We didn't even have to do that.
Oh, I enjoyed it. We both enjoyed it. We enjoyed the suffering together. All right. So when are we meeting again?
Depends. All depends on
my plans.
When you come back from your road trip.
Oh yeah.
When you leave, when you come back. So I guess we can play it by ear. As far as I know, I think the next semester.
When you stop recording, I have a general question to ask.
All right, let me stop recording there.
for the road